so that they have some dimension. So I'm going to outline what would be the bottom of the dragon, where the light is, like what's facing the ground. And I'll just make one big selection. It's pretty rough. It's a pretty rough selection. Maybe we have some of the wings are really hard because they're kind of thin, so you actually wouldn't have as much shadow because you have the light kind of going through it, like with tree leaves, how I was drawing last week with the subsurface scattering. That happens with skin and blood too. So instead of actually seeing the warm shadow or the cool light on areas that have some opacity but not completely, and they have particulates in it, like blood or chloroplasts in the case of leaves, what happens is you actually get almost an interior glow of whatever it is on the inside. So for wings, at least for bats, or if you put like a flashlight by your finger, you would get a red glow, and that is subsurface scattering. So let's see, I'll turn off my sketch, and then I will go find a warm, darker shadow. It's purple, like this, and then give it a few strokes. Not too many, because I still want all this background color to bleed into it. And it's okay if it's rough for now, because I don't really use the gradient tool for final stuff. I use the gradient tool to really get a quick understanding of what the colors should be, because those are things that are really hard to change later on. All right, so I'm gonna take out what would be the fingers on this dragon. I actually don't think that's not good yet. Take that out. Actually, we'll keep that in. So then we go in and we pick a really, really warm light red, and then just add that in. That is that's closer to how, well, that's not exactly right, but it would kind of glow, kind of like if you've seen a light behind somebody's ear and the cartilage kind of glows. That's the effect I'm going for. I might need to make it more orange to make it more realistic. I'll zoom out in a second and I'll see how it looks. So I think it's fine. I don't think it's out of place. It's probably not like accurate, but it's not. It is not weird to have a red there. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna erase some of this light stuff that's not on the tail. This would actually be a really nice place for a clipping mask. I don't often do clipping masks, but this is one of those times, I guess, because I don't want to have to keep redoing the edge of the silhouette of this dragon. I want to be able to edit quickly. I'm getting distracted because I'm trying to figure out how his face should look. I think, all right, I'm getting really noodly, so I need to zoom out. All right, so I think I'm going to add a clipping mask to the dragons. So maybe not yet. I don't know. That'll make him pop out more. All right, Alright, so we need to add feet, leg. This has to be a little more exact. Like I can go in and edit the mask with a brush, but the slower I move my tablet pen, the more jittery it looks. Alright. So like right here is not right, right here is not right. Here, that's good. That's good. I can always go in and edit it, so I don't have to get too noodly with the way this guy looks. I just want to make sure that his silhouette feels as cool as it does, kind of when I initially made it, like the gestural nature of the dragon. So now, if I added, say, like this, it would fill in. It would fill in with purple, with color, and I don't have to go in and fix the edges every time. I can just color inside of the mask. But I kind of knocked out some of these dragons back here, and they're important for scale. So I'm going to come back in and add them back. We've got this guy who's flying around, and then we've got this guy who's landing very far away. He's landing. Might even need to make him smaller. There we go. Now they're added. So if I put it back on the group, there they are. Let's see. I'll go in and maybe edit the mask a little bit because I want him to be just poking out of the clouds. That I don't want this to overlap too much. So maybe I take out his other wing. That, and I just sort of have it have one wing like this. I don't know, that looks a little weird. Maybe I add the other wing back. He's really far away, so I don't want to add too much color to that one. We'll go back in and edit his face a little bit. I think it's important to get a nice, clear core shadow on these dragons. You can really tell what I wanted the shape of them to be. Got his fingers. This is lighter. This should actually be lighter just in general because it's farther back. It's kind of big. So that'll be not so light, but just a little bit. Then we have the top of his tail should be brighter. And his face is going to be a little bit dark from the snout just because he's going to be blocking out a little bit of the light, but not all of it. So that. And this will be a little bit darker because, you know, it's the bottom of the wing. It can be a little bit lighter because it's coming into the subsurface scattering. So you're getting like a thinner piece of skin. This will be darker, this triangle tail thing. I always add that triangle tail thing to my dragons. I don't know why though. I don't know where I saw that, why I do it, but I must have seen it somewhere. It's pretty common, I think, I've seen on dragons. They'll have the triangle piece or something, you know, spikes. This spike needs a little bit of shadow right here. That. Its horns. like that. I actually think his horns could be a little bit longer, so I'm going to come into the mask and make this front horn curvy and long. There we go. So that way it kind of matches the clouds a little bit with all the curves. Sort of the, I guess you would call it a design language is similar. I don't know. That's what they called it in architecture school, design language. I don't know about art school, so I should know about art school, but I don't. This is his other foot I'm kind of adding in. You can't see it because I don't think there's any color on the clipping mask over there. Add a little bit on his wing of atmosphere. I'm still just mostly picking out colors. Working kind of as a color study, a color comp. I like where they're going. I'm probably going to continue this tomorrow, too. So if you watch this replay and you're like, wow, I want to see Victoria do more skies, I'll probably do it tomorrow at the same time, 1 o'clock Central. 1 o'clock Central. Well, I also think that he needs a shadow on the ground, because the clouds have some pretty dark shadows, so it would be strange if he didn't, because he's pretty big. So I think maybe he'll have one. Let's see, the farther away your light source is, the smaller the shadow, right? Yeah. Maybe it'll be here. Is that kind of with the curve of the ground? He's really in front of these clouds, though, so I actually don't even think it would be that big. So if I gave it just a little bit so I can edit it, something like that, maybe. It feels really small, though. Maybe it doesn't go there. Maybe you see it half on this ledge thing, and then a lot smaller as you go back over here. Like that. Only better. Like that. There. I think that's fine. No, don't be sassy. Photoshop. Kind of like this. Only probably darker on this edge. Warm, darker shadow. Just by a little. Because I've already got a guy right there, so it's kind of cool if I have this shadow, wrapping around. I actually don't know. I don't think that's how light works. It's not realistic, but I mean that is the power of art. I can lie vicariously to everyone who looks at it about how light works. It's only if the lie is believable. Can you believe the shadow?